This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
You already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I told no risk. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, just for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, when the not savers, you be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out for us, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long, that I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out the back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the bip. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credential.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. They'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. A huge play there right off the bat. Give him 52 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the gun on 3rd down. Love to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Hubbard, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here on a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask certainly helps things as they'll start up past the 30 on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Kill. Kill. Come on. Hey, get in the weight room. Mike, check. 59.
They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Stop your whining. 59's Mike. Check. 59. I'm coming.
He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
At their own 15-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Love. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They run with Logan. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Squeeze, get in there. I'm going to come back to you. Slam. Ready, go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
No. Off.
2nd and 3. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch one. Silver.
12-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Logan, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Mike, check, 59. Let him know. Mike, 59. 59. Fellas, let's go. 59's Mike. Check, 59. Hey, let's get some pressure. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Love. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Mike,
2nd and 13. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 68 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Here we go. Here we go. Go to the ending. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check 24.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now a give, right side. It's Hubbard, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. The extra point up and good, and this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12.
Mike 4. I got you. Mike 4. Rap. Jeff, motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. Mike 4. On deck. Let go.
From the gun, Love. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Hubbard, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tight right. 3 down. Check Mike 99. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Hey.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Escaping the pressure right. And finding the tight end Hooper. And down inside the 15 he goes. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Here we go. Check 31.
2nd and 9 now. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Love. Deep ball for Goodwin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's a loss of 4 on what ought to be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, let's go!
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this of intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Second and 15. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Slam.
They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here.
Let's go,
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Oh, you got deep? Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Three out.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Ready. 15 lining. Knock it up. Hey, box try.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Man left. We got three, fellas. We got 3.
2nd and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Landry, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
4 yards on the dump-off. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed-out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route-running savvy.
On 2nd down, it's Smith, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They have the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead out in front at 13-12. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Love. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And a big return will get him all the way down to That's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now Ito Smith, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the blitz does come. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
To throw on second down. Love. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
A gain of 14. First down, Saints.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Switch. Go.
From the gun, Love. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch out.
Second and 5. And this one's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Love. And he's got the completion to Hopkins.
Here we go.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This quarterback now A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day. Charlie. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Check Mike.
Throwing again. Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going for the deep ball. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Under 10. Under race, don't travel. Race, don't travel.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Be ready. Be ready. Watch quick.
80 weapon. 80 weapon. Alpha. Hey. Come on. Ready.
Back to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock.
At the Falcons' 29-yard line.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Okay, we got to get this. 7, let's go.
59 mark. 59 mark. Check. 59.
Ready?
Check 59, Mike.
Let us.
Back to throw. And this is caught. He hits Landry. Last play they got stumped at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And he's not able to come through. This is no good. And that is how this game comes to a close. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him. And then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Falcons, this one moves them.